Hello, kia ora. My name is Ricardo Sosa, and welcome to this course on research methods. The full name is Transdisciplinary Research Methods, and the code is CTEC 810. So welcome to this course in AUT, Auckland University of Technology, 2021. So this is going to be a short presentation, the first presentation of the course, introducing myself, introducing the course, and giving you an overall idea of what we are going to do in this course this semester. Okay, that's me. My name is Ricardo Sosa. You can see more information about myself there, that website. That's my email address. It's also available on the Blackboard page of this course, and that's my Twitter handle. I was born in Mexico City. I've lived in basically a few different places around the Pacific, Singapore, Australia, and Aotearoa, New Zealand for the last 6 years. And that's just a short list of my recent publications in my research. If you're interested, you can get the slides from Blackboard and you can click on the links for this presentation. All right, so that's just a timeline of my sort of like my career, what I've done. I was trained as an industrial designer, and I worked for a few years as a professional designer, especially doing exhibition design for museums, interactive museums in the 1990s. I ended up doing a big project in Mexico, and then followed by another big project in Singapore. And at that point, after my first sort of like big design projects, I realized that I had many questions, that I had many questions and many things about practice that were bothering me or were occupying my mind. And I was enjoying practice a lot, making money as a young professional, getting your first projects. It's all very exciting. But yeah, I was kind of like wanting to address some like more philosophical or more like deeper questions about design and design practice. So that's how in the year 2000 I started a PhD at the University of Sydney in Australia. I got a scholarship from the Australian government, and I spent 5 years doing my PhD at Sydney in a very cross-disciplinary, transdisciplinary group called the Key Center for Design Computing. And that's pretty much what my field of study became, the links between computer science, computer engineering, and design. And this made sense because when I was a kid, I was 11 years old, I taught myself computer programming more as a way of building my own video games. And long story short, I've been now 20 years in academia in different countries, and I really enjoy teaching and conducting research, and still indirectly practicing design through projects with students, colleagues, and industry partners and community partners as well. Some publications there, and yeah, some of the logos of the institutions where I've been to. All right, so as I said, this is Transdisciplinary Research Methods, is a level 8 paper. That means it's a postgraduate course. It's worth 15 points. That roughly means that you're expected as a student to invest 150 hours during the semester on this course. There are no prerequisites, no core requisites. You are expected to attend about 24 hours of seminars and workshops. So those in this online format, what that means is basically there will be about 24 hours worth of content for you to access online. Most of them will be asynchronous, but we will have a short synchronous session every week. Yep, that's the one. And just so that you do the maths, 150 minus 24, that leaves you 126 hours of self-directed learning hours. That means that by enrolling in this course and in order to complete the learning outcomes, you need to put around 10 hours per week for the next 12 weeks, more or less. All right, so in short, this paper expands and develops your views about ways of conducting research. This is a paper that most postgraduate programs, certificates, diplomas, masters, PhDs have a research methods component. And the reason for that is that then it allows you to move onto other postgraduate courses. So if you're doing this as a PG Cert, postgraduate certificate, by taking this course on research methods, that means that you are, if you decide to transfer to the master's, you can do so. Same for the master's and the PhD. There are sometimes PhD students that take this course as well. The main goal of the course is to grow your literacy and your respect for other approaches to knowledge. So that's basically in plain English, that's what we are trying to do here. But I do always recommend that the students have a look at the legal descriptor of the course. That includes the prescriptor as well. It's basically kind of like a contract of what you are supposed to learn in this course. And so the learning outcomes are 4. We don't need to go one by one right now. They will be mapped onto your assessment events, your assignments, and then we'll see them again in the rubric, so that when you become aware of how your work is going to be assessed. But again, in plain English, the main learning outcome here is that you develop the capacity to identify, evaluate, and appreciate a variety of research approaches. I think that's bottom line what the whole course is about. We have one summative event, more details on this at the end, but it's basically a document that you submit. We call it a research proposal, and that's worth 100% of the points at the end of the semester. That's due on week 14 of the AUT calendar, and the 4 learning outcomes are mapped onto that event.